Welcome to a whimsical journey into the world of cinema and candy. Today we're diving into the enchanting tale behind one of the most beloved films ever made, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Imagine a story so captivating that it spurred a major film studio to venture into the chocolate business just to bring it to the big screen. This film, a cornerstone of childhood wonder, wasn't just about a magical chocolate factory. It was a project that intertwined with the ambitions of a real-world chocolate bar launch, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. As we unravel the layers of this delicious tale, you'll discover the controversies, the casting challenges, and the creative twists that made the movie as unpredictable and delightful as a tour through Wonka's factory. So, grab your golden ticket and join us as we explore how a simple children's book became a cultural phenomenon that continues to capture our imaginations. Stick around to uncover all the secrets and surprises behind Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The story behind Charlie and the Chocolate Factory begins in 1964 when Roald Dahl published his first edition introducing the eccentric chocolatier Willy Wonka. The book quickly became a success worldwide. By 1970, it had reached the hands of the daughter of film director Mel Stewart, who was enchanted by the story and told her father that he must make a movie about it. Mel read the entire book and found it very interesting, but it was a story quite difficult to make without a budget, so he asked for help from David Wolper, a film and television producer. David knew he would need several million to make it, and it would require some commercial deal to finance the movie. At that time, he was producing a TV series for Quaker, yes, the oatmeal company. And they were about to launch a new chocolate bar, so the producer proposed a deal, launch this movie to help catapult their new product. Quaker intended to name their new chocolate bar Wonka Bar, so they wanted that name to be in the movie title. They decided to replace Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Willy Wonka. This is at least the official version of the title change, but there are other myths. At that time, the book was amidst controversy. Protest groups were against the Oompa Loompas, claiming they were depicted as African pygmies and were associated with slavery. They didn't want to add to the controversy and decided they didn't want the movie to be associated with the term Charlie, especially Mr. Charlie, which at that time in the United States was used as a pejorative expression in the African American community to refer to a white man in power. Thus, the title was changed to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But these are just rumors. It was crucial who would play Wonka. They offered the role to several actors, but none convinced them, until Gene Wilder appeared. He practically accepted the idea without reading the script. It was a great challenge for him to portray such an eccentric character, and he wanted to take it as seriously as possible. He read the work several times and realized that the character had an aura of mystery, so he came up with how his first appearance should be and set it as a condition for taking the role. We would see Wonka appear with a cane and then do a somersault. The actor brought a lot of kindness to a character that was not made with that characteristic, who was written in a somewhat terrifying way, a character who had been managed in the shadows, that since his appearance the children were suffering inside the factory, but with the actor everything that happened gave the feeling of tranquility, that he was not a bad man. For the character of Charlie, a casting was held in New York with several children. Peter Ostrom was chosen for the role. He was notified that he had 10 days to prepare for the trip and that the shooting would last 5 months in Germany. The only inconvenience of moving to Germany is that they could not get many small-stature actors to play the Oompa Loompas in that country, and who could speak English. They only managed to get 9. Communication with these actors ended up being a big problem during the shooting. The director wanted to create the entire world of the movie outside the United States to create an unknown land. If you saw the photos, you would not know where it was. That's why they decided on Munich. One of the biggest challenges of the movie was being able to create the entire factory. Almost the $2 million budget was going there, a very high number for a television movie. Harper Goff was the mind behind this entire universe. He was in charge of the art department and was the one who devised absolutely everything. An impressive set was made to create the world of Willy Wonka, where a third of what was there could actually be eaten. But other things could not be eaten, and various materials were used to make them look like edible elements, like the cup where Willy takes his tea and then eats it. This was made of a wafer, so when they shouted cut, the actor spat out everything he had in his mouth. They even included that chocolate waterfall and river where a real boat passed. The river was made of water with food coloring. At one point they added some cocoa powder to try to thicken it, but it really didn't work. The river was not very deep, only a few centimeters. But the part where Augustus falls had a fairly significant hole for the real actor to throw himself in. He complained that it was dirty and cold water, so it was almost torture to film that moment. The outcomes of the children were quite real. The actor who played Augustus had to be squeezed into a real tube full of water. Veruca had to fall into a hole and had to stand in the exact place and not open her arms because she could get hurt. Violet had to get into a real structure to pretend she was a blueberry, and the girl had a very bad time, getting dizzy. The script of this installment was written by Roald Dahl, the writer of the book, who also had another screenwriter to collaborate. But Dahl ended up leaving due to creative differences. The movie was going to find its own paths. The changes in the story included Wonka with much more importance than Charlie, the creation of a villain named Slugworth, who was originally a secondary character. They added moments like a burping scene with the grandfather and Charlie drinking fizzy drinks, and modifications like the squirrels that peeled nuts which were transformed into geese laying golden eggs. When they reached the end of the shooting, the director realized that he did not like the original script's ending. This presented a scene of Charlie's grandfather yelling yippee, so he had the company's screenwriter write a new ending, and immediately, because they had to go to film. The only thing the screenwriter could think of was to make a happy ending, which the director loved. Today, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory stands as a testament to how a work can surpass its commercial intent to become a beloved classic. The film's legacy is a profound reminder of how art can unexpectedly evolve and how it can impact society in ways far beyond its original scope. It continues to inspire adaptations and merchandise, but is remembered most for its originality and magical appeal that no marketing campaign could ever have manufactured. The original reason for making the movie was to promote the chocolate bar. However, it was the movie that became a classic that remains in people's hearts. Hey there! Thanks for watching. If you loved exploring the stories behind iconic movies with us, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. We appreciate your support and can't wait to share more fascinating movie tales with you.